Hello everyone, and welcome back. Melissa and I just got back from our camping trip maybe 3 hours ago, and I came out here now to look at these honeyberries. Definitely, this is like the first bush that we've planted that's really producing. It didn't produce anything last year, and now this year it's just got a lot of honeyberries in there that need to be harvested. They're kind of a little bit of sweet and a lot of bitter in them, kind of. I think it would make good jam. I do like jam that, like when Melissa mixes pineapple with something, I like that. Or anyway, she ate one and she said, oh, that's gross, it's way too bitter, but I think it would make really good jam. These bigger ones, I think we have 2 different varieties in here, are a little bit sweeter. Mosquitoes are absolutely horrid, so I put a bunch of bug spray on. But now, before I left for the weekend, we left on Thursday, my weather station had said that for the month we had had 0.15 inches of rain. It has been horrible. You guys have watched the videos. I haven't mowed much at all. And now I get back here, and this is right when we got back. It said I think we have had 2.65 inches of rain, and it's rained another almost 1/4 inch since I got back. I come out here, it wasn't raining, now it started raining again. So I'm not going to pick these tonight. I picked a little bit of them, and I'll come out tomorrow. It's supposed to be 77 degrees. Right now it's 58 degrees. So I'll wait, it'll be warmer tomorrow. Finally going to get to mow the grass, which has been just driving me nuts. I mean, just look at that front yard. You'd never know that I mowed it a few times this year. But anyway, now that we've got the 2 inches of rain, over 2, everything should be saturated. I can finally mow and it won't get completely burned out. I mean, the people that have mowed prior to this, their yard was just brown. Even along the edge of the driveway here, you know, because it gets so much hotter where the dirt is, just was scorched. I wanted to come in here and check the strawberries because I know there was quite a few, like there's getting a little tinge of red on it. Oh, there's one right there. Almost ready. Remember, was it a week ago or so, I ran the sprinkler in here and just look at all those berries in there. So I'll run through this week also and check it out. Oh, I just can't wait to mow, get some berries picked. It's going to be really interesting in the raspberry patch here because more toward the garage, those plants are up real well, but in here, the snow knocked them all down and all this stuff is new growth. So we're not going to get anything on that this year, just around these edges. And there's quite a few raspberries started. We don't pick those for a while yet, but yeah, a lot of new growth in here, which will be kind of nice. But on these here, there's going to be a lot of them. The fish house camper is back in its regular spot. First thing I did, I drove around the field, stopped the truck, went in the garage. It was raining out. Grabbed the riding lawnmower and mowed where this sat. And then I parked it, got it all plugged in, dropped down, leveled, drained the sewer. And since it rained a lot when we were up there yesterday and this morning. So I've just got a big fan blowing in there now because some of the stuff we put in there was, you know, kind of damp from all the humidity and everything. We had a great time. I have a bunch of weeding to do in the garden, but most of the stuff here at least doubled in size since I was out here last 5 days ago. So, I mean, I've got tomatoes that are flowering. I've got peppers on some of the pepper plants. We'll get through and get this weeded and take a look at this also. But not today, it's raining out. I'm going back inside. Time for lunch. Well, I did about almost 4 hours on the mower. I got a lot of stuff mowed. Looks a lot better around here. Now I haven't, since we were gone, hadn't done anything to the garden for almost a week. And it's been 6 days since I was out here weeding. And at that time the beans were pretty small yet, so I didn't want to get in here and weed out all of this lamb's quarter that's coming in here. But now I can do it. And you know, it rained yesterday, rained all weekend, and then it's going to rain probably tomorrow night or the following day. So I want to get out here and get the garden weeded tonight and tomorrow, and then it should be pretty good. I got the one row of beans done, and then Melissa came up. She was running the dogs on a walk while she was in the buggy, and she wanted to do the back trails, and she thought I had went back there. I don't know if you guys remember, that's been a few videos ago. She had tried to go back there, but there's trees down. There was one tree that stopped her from going any farther, so she thought I had went out there and cut it, and I never did. So I grabbed the chainsaw and hopped in the buggy with all the brush, and kind of like when I did around the blueberry plants, there must have been, I don't know, 15 of them I had to cut up. So I just got back here. I want to get this bean row finished, pulling these weeds like this, and then like I said, tomorrow I'm going to spend more time out in the garden getting everything weeded out. But after this I'm going to go in and take a shower. It's already 7:30. Well, that's enough for today. We'll come back at it tomorrow. Well, today it's about, I don't know, 2:30 in the afternoon. I went up this morning and uploaded a video, and then Melissa and I want to fish on the St. Louis River, which goes right through Cloquet, and I want to try to catch some catfish. So I went up there and found some spots where you can just fish from shore. I don't really want to put a boat in because I don't know. You can see logs sticking out. There is a boat landing there, but I'll wait till I see other boats before I put one in there. But we're having some trouble. We didn't have it when we were camping. I had a little trouble before that where the lights won't work. The DC lights, the ones that run on battery. And so, and then it'll just come back on again. So anyway, all power comes into here, and this runs the inside ones, and this one runs the one right by the door, and then the power strip, and then this runs all the other outside ones. And so I don't know, the weird part was these didn't work, but the one in the bathroom worked. And so today I went underneath there and there was a fuse that was loose. The light was on, and when I touched it, the light went off. So I switched that fuse out. But anyway, there's got to be something in the wiring that was kind of loose or whatever. And with all the bouncing around these do when you drive, I thought I'd go in here. I really didn't see anything wrong with it. But there are some of these that have, like they put these ends on. This one isn't bad. But then there'd be metal frayed out from the actual, electric lines that are going in there, the wire. So I'm just putting some electrical tape around it so they, there's no way they can like bounce together or anything. That bottom one was the worst one of them all. This one isn't bad at all, but it can't hurt to have these taped anyway. Alright, they all work. The second trouble I had, when I was driving with this thing, it was constant, especially when it was bumpy, but it was like constant. Trailer connected, trailer disconnected. So I have to constantly hear the beep, beep, sometimes 4 or 5 times in 1 minute. It was driving me up the wall. So the only thing I can think of is that this, and I know it shouldn't be making that noise, so I bought a new one of these, and if that doesn't fix it, then I will buy a new one for my truck also. But with my truck, since that really hasn't seen any winter, I got it from Louisiana, it doesn't have all the trouble of all the rust that we have up here. I mean, I can see that this is corroded and rusty, and hopefully this is it, because that really was driving me up the wall. Oh yeah, there's all kind of rust in here, but let's see. I don't know what that piece is for. I don't really see anything loose here, but at the same time it doesn't mean that these aren't corroded. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Can you see how like this one's really rusty? And some of those wires are broke. I just don't know, so my first line of defense or whatever was to replace this. It can't hurt anything. Well, I put the new end on there. Next time I take it on a trip somewhere, I'll find out if it helped. Melissa got home from work, so I went in and talked to her for a little while. And now there's some pop-up thunderstorms coming, and they might be coming through here. I'm not sure. Tomorrow's going to be much cooler. Today it got to about 80. It's like 77 right now. And tomorrow is going to be in the 60s. I can hear the thunder. And then it's going to be back up into the upper 70s again, so still good for the garden. Not the best time to be weeding if there's going to be rain coming. You want to get these weeds up and the roots exposed and let the sun kill them off, but I needed to get in here and do this though. Good morning, everybody. Obviously I'm getting this work camper hooked up here. Battery's pretty dead. You got to have a charged up battery for the slide to work, and now it's plugged in and it's charging on the battery. But I had this happen when I was at the campground one time when something was left in here running. I can't remember what it was, but once it charges up it works real good. It's raining pretty hard out there now. After today though, the next week it's anywhere from 79 to 80, 85 degrees, so that garden's gonna love it. The rain stopped, but it's really foggy tonight. Still have the fan going here, trying to keep the mosquitoes away from the door. I'm gonna go take a shower and be in bed in an hour. I have to work tomorrow. Well, today I worked all day. Didn't think it was going to be an all-day thing. I just got home not too long ago. Spin this way, go this way. It's almost 7 o'clock right now, so I'm just going to do a little bit. I wanted to see if I can get this, what is it called, an anode or whatever these things are called, into that water heater. The only thing on that camper that's going to have to be replaced, I think, in the next couple of years is the water heater. And the worst part is it works so perfect. But I guess I wouldn't have to take this out anymore when I blow out the lines now instead of putting in the antifreeze. But when it heats up, it'll leak just for a little bit. It'll drip when it's real hot, and then it stops. And I have a hard time getting this in, started. Once it started, it goes in there, so we'll see how it goes this year. But I wanted to put this in. I don't think I've got anything tomorrow yet. And, put that on the wrong way. So I'll be able to hang out here, but one of the things that we're going to do, this is a long weekend coming up here, so the back part of the workshop, which is going to be Melissa's studio area for doing her ceramics and stuff, she finally ordered a kiln. She's been looking for over a year for a certain type of kiln that had the electronic thing, whatever it is. She's found a few, and that she wanted a good deal on it. This one's hardly used, but it's out of Texas. It costed over $800 just to ship it up here, and still, with the cost of buying it and shipping, she still got it for half the price of what it would have been buying it brand new. And that should be here, I think, right after this long weekend. So one of the things she wanted to do is get in there and start getting things cleaned up. So I'm not sure if tomorrow I'll go in there, and because it's all my crap in there, and go this way, so spin this way, and get some of my stuff out of there, because I can see it's going to be frustrating if her and I are doing a project like that that's long. So I'd like to get, that's still the wrong way. Go this way, spin this way, that's right. Anyway, boring video right here, huh? Anyway, that's one of the projects. I want to get that camper cleaned up. today it was like, man, I'd really like to go up north and go to the tent and do some fishing, but we really need to stick around here and get some things done. Get the house cleaned up. We haven't shampooed the carpet in the living room and bedroom. That's the only two places that have carpet. And we want to get that done this weekend too, so it's going to be pretty warm though, in the 80s. I think I talked about that yesterday. It's going to be real warm, so plenty of stuff to do, that's for sure. And then I have to, I want to get back out into the guest house soon here, now that the garden's in and most of the spring stuff is all finished. And I need to start cutting wood. And I just was contacting some of the companies that I've gotten wood from before, because we've got 12 cord there. I went through about 20 cord last winter, and then I had the extra 12, so I definitely want to get 2 loads of wood. And I'm thinking a load of birch and a load of maple. I've got hardwood. I think that's mainly maple out there now. The oak was good, but some of those oak pieces were really big. And if I can get some smaller stuff, the stuff that's going to be coming in now is not going to be seasoned. The stuff that's sitting there now, I already bought seasoned, and now it's sitting an additional year. With the birch though, that stuff, you know, you've got to get it cut up or it'll rot. So I'm still debating what I'm going to do, if I'm just going to get 2 loads of maple in, if I'll get a maple and an oak, or a maple and a birch. So that's the stuff that's on the list of stuff that needs to be done in my mind right now, because the days just started getting shorter. Winter is coming. I got it to start right away. Seems like last year or whatever, it was really hard. I started the air conditioner up right when I got home. It's starting to cool down in here a little. We got to 83, I think, today. The worst part about these is now I got the fifth wheel, the work camper, and the fish house camper, and trying to remember what you did to winterize it. I think when I blow the lines out, I didn't have to change anything. I mean, everything seems right for winterizing here. Everything is open, so one goes in, one comes out. I think I can just turn the water on and see what happens. Everything seems dry. Apparently there must be some gas in here, because I thought both tanks were empty, but even running on just battery last night, because I unplugged this and then plugged back in the other camper, I just switched back and forth, And the refrigerator and freezer were, you know, cold today, so there must be some gas in there. So I think I'm going to flick on the water heater and see if it fires up now. Good morning, everybody. I haven't filmed anything in a couple of days. Well, I filmed a follow-up to the camping trip video, but things have been busy, and to this morning now, the plan was, Melissa's still sleeping, to go right here in town to the river and try to catch some catfish. I've never caught a catfish in Minnesota. Where is my fishing pole at? And I've wanted to try there, and they're supposed to be in there, so that's the plan. But it's going to get to mid-80s today. There's mine. And last year, almost the same, is it this weekend or was it last weekend? A year ago, we went to that air show in Duluth, and Melissa got so sunburned. I mean, she just got fried. And we were going to go this year. That was the plan last year, but then it came closer this year. Melissa said, I don't want to go. But we had bought chairs that you can sit in with the little canopy, you know, over your head. So I was just out in that front garage because we bought 3 of them, and I took 2 of them out because where we're going, if we're on the one side of the river, there's really no cover for the sun. And I'm not sure on the other side. There is an area where there's trees, but I don't think they're really going to do much for us if we're sitting on the bank of the river. We don't want to put the boat in there because I think she wants to take this one. I don't want to put the boat in there. We don't know if there's got to be logs and rocks and all kind of stuff, so we'll hold off on that. There is a boat landing there, and we'll see if anybody else goes in there with the boat and see how they do before I want to do that. She told me last night which 2 poles she wanted to use. I can't remember. I'll have to ask her what poles, but I think that's all we need. I was looking at my tackle because some of that tackle was from when I was down in Louisiana. And I have kind of a catfishing rig that I could use in there. It's not exactly what I thought it was, but it would work. Brought home a couple of pallets, more pallets to go in the back part of the workshop for Melissa to put her clay and stuff on to get it off the concrete floor. We're supposed to get in there this weekend and take care of some of that too. I don't know if we'll get there or not. Those Canada wildfires, the smoke must be kind of down. I can hear it in my voice and feel it. It's going to be a nice warm day though. I'm sure we'll take this truck when we go, because driving my white truck is like driving a bus. bait shop opens up at 8. I'm gonna go up there and get some worms, I think. Don't think I need leeches.
Little. Better eat some grass. Where are you going?
He almost wiped out in the grass. Forget this for your phone.
Oh. Out there. I like the robber. Did you put the net back here or in the truck?
Well, it's official. There's no fish in that river.
I did get some bites.
Yeah, you did. We're gonna go find something to eat. Well, after not catching any fish and then stopping at Rendezvous and having a nice lunch, we went home. Been there a couple hours now, and I have a video here I want to get uploaded so it can go public tonight at 5 and it's 3:30. I hooked this video into the home internet this morning about 10 o'clock before we left, and when I got home after being gone for about 4 hours, I think it was still at 9% only. So that's how slow the house internet is when it comes to uploading a video. So I hooked it into my phone now, and I'm driving up towards Walmart, and I'll get it finished. Well, this afternoon, or I guess evening, it's almost 6 o'clock. I've been just doing some stuff out in the work camper. The drawers, a couple of them in that kitchen, were like, you know how when you try to close the drawer flat and it would be down because it fell. And I thought I looked at that a long time ago, and I maybe never did because it wasn't that hard of a fix. But I do need to get some glue. This stuff should be really good to hold. There's, you know, they put them things together pretty cheaply. It's just a piece of plywood with 2 brackets, and then my plastic brackets go in there. And there's nothing even holding the top of that. It's just the bottom that's held, and then the drawers click in and hold that board. I don't know why they don't run it all the way up, but they don't. So I'm going to get that fixed up. The worst part is it's going to be fixed when I sell it. And it used to drive me crazy when I used it that they were like that. Guess that's how it always goes. I think I might add a piece that goes up behind and hits against that top and glue that also. When I pulled the, right before I pulled this up here, I took this TV out of here because it didn't have a TV when I bought it. And then I thought, you know, it's a $100 probably TV. Fits really good in this spot. And if I was buying a camper, you spend all that money on a camper, it's kind of nice if it already had the TV in it. So I'm going to leave it in here because I really like this TV and it's just perfect in here. I don't know if it'll come up with any channels. I took off that one antenna that I put on the fish house, and this one actually has one of them King something in there, another antenna. It's supposed to be really good, but at the campground it did not work good for me. I don't know if that's supposed to be powered, because I've got the... I wonder if that is... because this is an antenna boost, and can't remember how I did it, and I may have tried more than one antenna. I'll see what happens here. No channels found. So let's see what happens. Two channels.
Gather himself on the second one. Just that right hand palms it. He's trying to gather it in. But then how quickly again, that little touch right.
Mary Jo? Is she still here?
You remember, well, for you guys it wasn't that long ago, but when I was working on this and I said it leaked, I didn't realize it doesn't leak here, so this thing is fine. It drips a little bit right when the water heater shuts off out of the pressure release valve. Not a whole lot, just a little bit, then it stops. So in my mind I was thinking, man, this thing needs a new water heater, but it really doesn't. The thing works so flawlessly. It's like, compared to the, like the Fish House camper one works real good too, and this one has just worked flawlessly ever since I got it. Well, I think that's all I'm going to do out here today. I mean, I don't really want to clean everything because I'm going to put the new floor in, and that's going to create some sort of dust in here. So I guess my next step is to go pick it up and then cut this old stuff out and get the new stuff in so that cracks like that. A little one in that corner. And the one in the bathroom are not there anymore. I did have in the Fish House camper, I have the outside to my Motley Crue CD, but I didn't know where it went. It was in the radio in here. I'll tell you that though, I believe that the stereo in the Fish House camper is better than this one. This one gets good radio reception and everything works on it. I just think that the sound is a little better in the one that's in the Fish House camper. No. Doors are too wide. I was hoping that these would hook on there, but I'm just going to put them back into the work camper. These are regular doors, but then they put the cedar on the outside of it. This one has it on both sides. Funny they put it on both sides of a closet, but not both sides of a bathroom door. But I guess inside there it's the white walls instead of the cedar. Maybe that's why. Stereo is definitely better in here than it is in the work camper. I know, look at it. That thing's really grown. Let me stop for a second. This one here. Was this the one that gets the...
You're probably going to have to enlarge that cage.
Actually, in a couple years, we're going to remove the cage. There's one cherry right there. There was 3 or 4 flowers on it. That tree fell down since we were here last time.
Look.
Yeah.
It just broke off. That's weird.
It's dead, so it must have got windy.
I want to look up what kind of berry that was.
Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. Melissa and I were just out on we do it once a week, twice a week sometimes, run around and check the apple trees and cherry trees and pear trees and just check everything out. And we're gonna pick some strawberries and send them down to her mom because we sent her a bunch last year and she just loved them. So there's a lot of them in there and we were gonna pick today and we thought, well, we should wait and pick them on Tuesday the 4th so she can overnight them on Wednesday the 5th. And we come over here because, you know, I've been watching these honeyberries, and they were bitter at first, and then the other day I ate a couple and some of them were pretty good, and then Melissa came out and she liked them too, and she goes, they just weren't ripe yet. That was 2 days ago. I come out here today, they're almost all gone, and everything is pushed down between them. And we're like, what did that? You know, did a bear come in here and eat them? But they would have crushed the plant too. It was the chickens. I searched around in there and I found a chicken feather, and then I found some chicken crap on the ground. There's some there, and look at them. So now I'm gonna have to either cage these next year. These are gonna get taller than me, and they get just as wide as they do tall. And I didn't weed them out this year, but they'll overcome the weeds and be big. And they grew like just really good this year. And I was excited, and now look at the chickens in there. Look at them. Little suckers. Giving me blue eggs with all the blue they ate today. I can't believe it. Down here is the only ones where there's still a few left. Not enough to be picking except for just to eat them. Oh, gotta love chickens. It's about 7:30 right now. I'm gonna go inside, do a little house cleaning, get all the garbage that's in there that needs to be taken out into the garbage can, and run it down. A lot of stuff going on. Tomorrow's gonna be another busy day. I will see you guys on the next video.